Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Now, if I didn't know any better,
Whoops. Fucking
I'd say that
shit.
you're looking at running for
I
president.
fucked it up.
Do it.
I fucked it up. My bad. I fucked it up. I had it on repeat. You know what? Let's just do it again. Let's just roll it again.
Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're...
Let's just roll it again. All right? Let's just roll it again. How's everybody doing? Welcome to CobraCast 199, where I often screw up because I'm not a good YouTuber. I'm actually a really bad YouTuber, and I'm not sure how I made it this far. I'm not sure why you guys support me. I'm not sure why Magnum Norris just dropped a $50 super chat. Do you know how many professional people watch this show? And they see the amount of super chats and gifted memberships, and they're like, what the fuck are we doing wrong? They have professional setups, they have producers, they have all these fancy graphics. I can't get shit right. And we're getting all these gifted memberships and super chats, and it's driving all of these professional weirdos crazy. And it's the greatest thing ever. Magnum Norris for 50 says, let's go! Trump! MAGA 199 Biatcha. Let's go. Tweetatone, I know you are being extra sarcastic right now. Where is it? Where'd Tweetatone's comment? There, Tweetatone, you are either drunk or you're up to something. Okay? I don't know what, but I don't believe anything you're saying. We got Axel Jensen, CobraCast, let's go. And then says JD strutting over to Kamala's jet to do a little trolling, showing off his absolutely... No, so we're going to go over all of that, okay? We're going to go over all of that because I'm going to be honest with you. I am very impressed with JD Vance, okay? I'm very impressed with JD Vance. JD Vance actually is showing why he was picked for VP now. I historically, I was not impressed, okay? But this dude's walking up like mega Chad energy, okay? I'm really impressed with JD Vance right now. And then you add the stolen valor going on the other side, and JD Vance is taking full advantage of that. I'm telling you right now, it is peak white boy summer. Absolutely. He 100%. What he's doing right now, winning me over. Atomic Patriot says, Trump 2024, ignore the polls, just get out and vote. Polls are a distraction. We have to make America great again. We cannot let Kamala and the stolen valor Walz destroy this country. Hail the 199. I agree completely. Look, I tweeted this out right here. I tweeted this out. Am I sharing the right tab? Right here. More people watch Geeks and Gamers daily yesterday, but apparently she's ahead of Trump in the polls. Nobody really believes this, okay? Nobody believes this. Like, if you look at it, this was a day ago on Joe Biden's YouTube channel. 12,000 views, 1,100 likes. Geeks and Gamers Daily yesterday, 17,000 views, 1,600 upvotes. I mean, come on, man. Nobody really believes this. Nobody. Nobody at all. Atomic Patriot says, shout out to Celluloid Dream. Also, Beardo forgets his legs. Let's blow this stream to the top of the charts. Felon 47 and Hillbilly 2024. MAGA. Thank you. You guys are way too nice. Way too nice. I really appreciate it. Celluloid Dream says, share that pic. I tagged you in on Twitter for the chat. I can't share that pic, okay? I can't. I know exactly which one you're talking about, too. Jesse MacArthur's gifted a membership. Thank you. Mad Max says, Jeremy, any update on the 199 caps? Yes. We are working on multiple designs, hats, T-shirts, and more. So we are working on it. I promise you it is being worked on right now. Maximus BT says, Breets! Bird Up says, let Jay cook. Alan Tanassi says, fucking do it again. Roll the intro. I was late. What's up, Alan Tanassi? Fantastic Mr. Knox says, hail everyone. Corey Bush being primaried after Jamal Bowman also primaried. Who else from the squad to be primaried? It's making AOC salty. Yeah, man. Corey Bush getting primaried is pretty damn funny. A lot of these, we have to stay the course because ultimately, man, they are trying everything they can to make people believe that this is close. And the reason they're trying to make people believe this is close is because they're going to be up to some bullshit on election night. We know that. We've known they're going to do this. That's the whole point of trying to make people believe that this election is close with the polls and the betting odds and all of that. It's all meant to go, well, it was close. It was close. That's the whole point that they're trying. Go out and vote. Vote. Vote, vote. Tell your friends to vote. Tell your family to vote. It's Trump 2024. End of discussion. That's it. This is the hill to die on. This is the hill to die on. Dark Obsidian says, I do not trust the polls. Everybody should always act like we're 10 points down. 1,000%. 1,000%. Let's see. JM Elliott says, did you see Nick Merckx reacted to your video today? I did. Shout out to Nick Merckx. He actually followed me on Twitter. Followed him back. We shared a couple of DMs. Super cool guy. So that was awesome. I was, I told him, I was like, I'm not going to pretend I was a big fan of yours or anything. I have had your back, but I was like, Trump 2024, baby. So yeah, man, that was super cool. And his video, let me look that video up right now and see where, let's see, Nick Merckx. That video has over 400,000 views right now. His reaction to me, 400,000 views. Right here, is this it? Yeah, right here. So Nick Merckx reacted to me, and the video has 400,000 views. So we got a big bump on Geeks and Gamers for that. So I really appreciate that. There was one part in this. I'll play this one part. Is this it right here? Okay, right here. Hang on. This is the best part in the video. That has 59,000 likes. Doc responds, says, good one, she, her, making fun of the pronouns, which always is acceptable to make fun of weirdos with pronouns in their bio. The internet.
I don't know who this guy in the video is, but W agreed.
Will never fix your real threat, depression. Yeesh. And I think this person responded. So that's pretty cool. It is always acceptable to roast people with pronouns in bio. I 1000% stand by that. So, but that's really cool. So shout out to Nick Merckx. That was really cool. That was really cool. That happened on Daily. Everybody was saying it. And I was like, what? That's cool. I made that video like a week and a half ago, I feel like. And so for him to react to that was pretty funny. By the way, I got to show all of you something really quickly, okay? So I found this. This just hit my feed, and I wanted to show everybody this. But before I see we got, holy crap, JMNZZ450 says YouTube deleted my comment on Candace Owens' Ray J interview and I didn't even use a slur. Called out YouTube with the comment on Twitter and saw an epic ad from Trump. Hope Elon and others suing Google destroy them. Trump 2024. Hail the 199. Thank you, JMNZZ450. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And then Gabriel Knight for a MAGA red 99.99. That's a part 2. So where's the part 1? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Part 1 from Gabriel Knight. Part 1. I'm sick of the got to be careful with that word. The negative doomerism on our side over this election. Trump is polling better than ever as compared to 2016 and 2020. Absolutely agreed. Part 2, if you're worried, then you need to volunteer. There's over 1,000 people watching, and if everyone was able to convince and motivate 10 people each to go out and vote for Trump, it would be over 10,000 votes, enough to overcome the margin of defeat in 2020 in a state like Wisconsin. Well freaking said. That is absolutely fantastic. And so we'll clear 2,000 to 3,000 people watching total probably. I mean, we're live on Rumble, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Kick, we're live on Twitch. So I love your attitude, and that's the type of attitude we got to have. It's a team effort. It's a team effort right now that we have to have. Can't be complacent at all. Thank you so much for the super chat. Vets Talking for $19.99 says, hail the 199. I just posted a video breakdown how Tampon Tim is a stolen valor POS, not only about his rank, but also he's been seen wearing a special forces hat. I saw that tweet. F this guy and check out the vid, y'all. Absolutely, Vets Talking. I actually want to see your video on this because this guy's a piece of garbage. And stolen valor is not anything to mess around with, dude, at all. And I am absolutely disgusted by this. I'm not sure what the Democrats are thinking right now. My goodness, it's unbelievable. Oh my God, look at this. Speaking of garbage people, Dan Vask for $3 USD says, hello, Jeremy, a homosexual. He spent $3 to say that. And he got the red. Why does he get the red? I don't understand it. I get all excited because I'm like, in the corner of my eye, I'm streaming, I'm talking, and I see a red super chat come, and I'm like, oh man, another red bomb. And it's Dan Vask for $3 USD. It's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. Love Dog says, Jeremy, we need a Vance is a weirdo emoji. By the way, you are still my favorite fig. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh man, you guys are the best. All right, look, I got to show you guys this, okay? This hit my feed the other day, and it was like a little backstory on Rosie O'Donnell versus Donald Trump. If you don't know the story, essentially, Donald Trump had a Miss USA contestant that there was some type of DUI situation or something like that, and he was going to strip her of the Miss USA title, but he decided to forgive her, and she apologized, and Rosie O'Donnell got mad about that and went after Donald Trump, okay? Went after Donald Trump. So then Trump is just such a savage. So we're going to watch a little bit of this right now.
This man is like sort of one of those, snake oil salesmen in Little House on the Prairie. You remember that episode where the guy would come in with a lot of bottles and everybody would be like, ooh, And then he'd leave, and little Laura Ingalls would go, Dad, I don't think there's anything in this bottle. Well, you're right, Half-Pint. That man was full of crap. You know, that's sort of what it is. I think, you know, I love it. That's my opinion. I don't enjoy him.
New Year's Eve, what did you do?
Well, pretty much I went on various television shows and bashed Rosie O'Donnell.
There you go.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. Rosie attacked me personally because I was very happy when her talk show failed. The other thing that failed...
Dude, this dude has never changed. This dude has never changed. He has always been this awesome Chad, dude. One more time.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. Rosie attacked me personally because I was very happy when her talk show failed. The other thing that failed, and this was a real monster, and everybody was suing her, was her magazine. Her magazine called Rosie was a total disaster. So I loved it. I gloat over it. I think it's wonderful because I like to see bad people fail. Rosie failed. I'm happy about it. She's basically a disaster. Well, she called me a snake oil salesman. And, you know, coming from Rosie, that's pretty low because when you look at her and when you see the mind is weak. I don't see it. I don't get it. I never understood. How does she even get on television? I believe Barbara made a terrible mistake putting her on, and I think Barbara's probably paying a big price. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But
holy crap. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie is worse than most of us. Holy shit.
Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. Rosie's a person that's very lucky to have her girlfriend. And she better be careful or I'll send one of my friends over to pick up her girlfriend. Why would she stay with Rosie if she had another choice?
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
She's trying to use ABC and The View to get even with me. But with me, we fight back. I'll probably sue Rosie because she doesn't tell the facts. As an example, I'm worth many billions of dollars. Now, she said I was bankrupt. I never went bankrupt. So probably I'll sue her because it would be fun. I'd like to take some money out of her fat ass pockets. I actually think they ought to look at her whole life and see where she's coming from because I think she's got some very deep-seated problems. Perhaps it should be Rosie that goes to rehab. Rosie is a loser.
Anyway, I saw Rippa in the chat. What up, Rippa? Rippa in the house dropping the 199. So good, man. So that's the context. So of all those years, and this is where Trump never fucking forgets, and this is what I love. Like, all those years have passed. The dude is running for president. He's standing on a debate stage for the Republican, to run as the Republican nominee. And this dude brings up the Rosie O'Donnell moment. Like, that's the context to it there. It's so great. Just so we're clear, just so you now have the full context, here we go right here.
One of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides.
Not that loud.
In particular, when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account...
Thank you.
He said thank you. He said thank you. Holy shit, man. Oh, boy. Like, you got to be kidding me, man. What an absolute, like, Chad. I mean, just so good. Yeah, it was a little quiet. Sorry about that. But anyway, that ran across my feed, and I was like, I need to show that to everybody because it's really funny. It's really funny. But we do have some more things to actually talk about that are going on, and a lot of it is surrounding our vice presidential nominee, J.D. Vance, someone that I didn't say it was I was not the biggest fan of J.D. Vance when he was announced. A lot of it had to do with not knowing a lot about him, and the little bit that I did know about him, he had said stupid stuff about Trump, about like Trump being Hitler and all this other dumb shit. He has since apologized and obviously, put a lot of that, corrected a lot of that out there. But he's had a hell of a few days the last couple of days because the dude is really coming into his own, and he's showing that he actually does have a lot of leadership abilities and a lot of ability to kind of just stand up to a lot of the nonsense. Now, the first thing that I want to show you guys, and we're going to go over to a video from our boy Benny Johnson. Let me see if I can find it right here. Let's see. So let's start here on Benny's video. And this kind of starts out the whole process of what we saw from J.D. Vance. Here we go, right here.
The dominant color, and it's such a great, very, very periwinkle blue plane. It's a very feminine energy plane. Is sitting dwarfed on a tarmac by Donald Trump's massive private jet. And it's such a great photo. This was a Donald Trump using his plane for the campaign in 2016. It's just a great photo. And that dominant energy, the dominant color, even the colors themselves. And this is, by the way, the color that Donald Trump wants to turn Air Force One. This is the color of Air Force One right now, actually. It's this like weird feminine blue, and I don't understand why they would ever land on that color. But nonetheless, Donald Trump's plane landed on Hillary Clinton's plane and created sort of like the dominant energy feel. Look at it. It's dominance, right? And Trump goes on to win the election. And so that's really important. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what. That's what's happening in this photo.
I agree.
This picture goes so incredibly hard.
The reason I want to start out there was because the way Benny builds the story was perfect. In terms of like how Trump dominated that situation with the optics of that picture. That's what J.D. Vance did today with Kamala Harris. And then we're going to get into what happened with the stolen valor stuff that we're hearing. And J.D. Vance took full advantage of that situation as well. So it's been a good couple of days for J.D. Vance.
This is J.D. Vance with his massive team of Secret Service agents and press flacks and assistants and so on, walking up to Kamala Harris's plane. This is a real photo. Real photo, not AI. J.D. Vance walking up to Kamala's plane and freaking out her staff, okay? So this is amazing. J.D. Vance tries to confront Kamala Harris on Wisconsin tarmac, calls Air Force Two his future plane. Now that is alpha energy. This is Kamala Harris, still not taking any questions from the press. Here's J.D. Vance taking questions from the press. They landed at the same airport, and their planes were on the same tarmac. I figured I'd come by and just get a good look at the plane, because hopefully it's going to be my plane in just a few months. Oh, baby, Vance sells reporters. Kamala Harris didn't speak to reporters, though. She's such a freaking coward. Here's, this is a pretty awesome clip. This is J.D. Vance walking over to the plane.
All right, stay back, please.
And nobody was expecting this. J.D. Vance on the other side of that trip has the Secret Service go, oh, no. Because you have two protectees, right? J.D. Vance has Secret Service protection as well. So you have two protectees.
All right, so I know you're covering the vice president here. I figured I'd come by and one, just get a good look at the plane. Hopefully it's going to be my plane in a few months, but I also thought you guys might get lonely because the vice president doesn't answer questions from reporters.
Yes! Yes!
Can I give you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great. Well, I hope that you changes her mind because it'd be good for the American people, and I think it'd be good for you all if she actually ran a real campaign instead of one from a basement with the teleprompter. So have a good one, guys. See ya.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Questions. I'd love her to just answer what she wants to do and also explain why every single position she has changed. She pretends to be a prosecutor, yet she pretends to be a tough on crime prosecutor, and yet here she is wanting to defund the police. She's the border czar, yet she's opened up the American southern border. This is a person who has to answer questions from the media, and it's disgraceful that she runs for you guys. It's also insulting to the American people. But anyway, we're going to go do our event. Appreciate you guys being here. I wish she paid you some more attention. See ya.
Absolute alpha energy. Holy smokes. I'm just watching this clip live. I mean, like we load it up and we're watching it live. Like, I can't believe it. That is, I mean, what an animal. The animal has been released. Katie Vance. Common correct. Marco Rubio saying savage. Just absolutely savage. Marco Rubio is what many said was the guy that JD Vance beat out for this position. JD Vance physically walking up to Kamala Harris's press corps and plane, asking why she's hiding from reporters. JD Vance quote tweeting us here, saying, I thought the reporters traveling with Kamala might be a little lonely. She never answers questions. So I figured I'd go say hello. And the reporter just sat there stunned.
So good. So good.
Oh, that's the new energy, babe.
That's it. I mean, that's what it takes right there, this type of attitude. So, as I said, I'm not a blind follower of Donald Trump. So just because Trump said, oh, if JD Vance is my pick, I was like, I don't really care about JD Vance. I don't know much about him. So I needed to be shown from JD Vance. I didn't need to be told by Donald Trump. I needed JD Vance to show me something. And not only that, but also the other side of it too, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute. And I was very, very happy with what I saw from Vance from that perspective. So really good stuff. Let's watch a little bit more.
Maybe that's the new energy. You know, I find it particularly funny, and I'm going to get into JD's big viral clip from this morning, but I find it particularly funny because the animal's been unleashed in the guy. They've been slandering and smearing JD Vance, and they've been like going after him. This guy has like probably a 170 IQ. He's like a gifted genius, and he's not going to take it anymore. It's amazing. Kamala Harris saying that she wants to debate. Amazing how Kamala Harris didn't debate JD Vance right there at the plane. That was the opportunity.
I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage.
I don't know how anybody listens to this woman. I really don't know how anybody listens to this woman, dude. I mean, dude, her voice is torture. It's torture.
Because as the saying goes, if you got something to say,
well, here's your chance, Kamala. And where was Kamala's face? Question you regularly do not want the answer to. Boss Move says, Keemstar, bring back plane mogging, says executive producer ALX. Is JD Vance going to ask Kamala a question before the media does? Oh, it's so good. JD Vance assumes the role of acting vice president, says Kamala Harris won't talk to the press. Amazing. Amazing. If you got something to say it to my face. But Kamala Harris refuses to debate Donald Trump. Oh, man. Oh, man. Kamala Harris did go back to the plane, and instead of speaking with the press, used a bunch of Girl Scouts as human shields. You see here, Kamala Harris just wandering up to speak to the Girl Scouts. That's all. Not a real campaign. Just pure and total fluff and lies.
How can anybody want to support this woman for president? It blows my mind. I like this, like, you've got someone that's literally running from the press, okay? Won't answer any questions whatsoever. Won't answer anything. Scared to death. Versus this right here. Okay? Hang on, let me find it. There's a clip. This right here. Like, how can you want that as leadership, someone that won't even face the press, versus this? This is what I want in a leader.
You expect Matt Whitaker to be involved in the Russia probe? Do you want him to?
It's up to him.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
What a stupid question. What a stupid question. So good, dude. It will never, ever not be awesome.
Do you want him to?
It's up to him.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Then you have Kamala, who's just running from the press, won't face them, won't do anything. It's mind-blowing to me that we're still in this place that, like, anybody actually wants to support her. Unreal, man. Good gosh. Ugh, frustrating, but what are you going to do? All we can do is keep moving forward and keep calling out all the nonsense and all the BS. And that's what we're going to do here at CobraCast 199. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on my super chats. Give me just a second. VJ the Vigilant says I could listen to that intro for 10 hours. Hopefully we're going to have an updated one in November. iCandy says Trump 2024, LFG, Kamala and Tampon Timmy are a dumpster fire full of diapers. Fantastic Knox says apparently Tim Walz is a horse, likes horse loads. So there's this whole thing that going around. From what I understand, Walz said something about like JD Vance has sex with couches or something, and the people picked up the story. It went viral on Twitter, and a lot of people are running with it. I don't really understand what happened there exactly. More Democrat lies. Tinsote says, we still are on the fence on voting for Kennedy, but after the attempt on Trump, I have no doubts anymore. Trump 24, was still on the fence for voting for Kennedy, but after the attempt on Trump, have no doubts anymore. Trump 2024 and MAGA all the way. Let's go. Let's go. Happy to hear that. Sailor Dream says, Jeremy would tap that Kamala ass. No. Zeke the Wise says, no retreat, no surrender. Go out and vote. That is MAGA law. Mandy F says, Scott Ritter rated must cover. I don't know who that is. Who is that? The Tim K says, drink more water. Be a bigger swigger ninja. Whew. That was tough to get through. Okay. Let's see. Zinny Biscuit says, I made a Tumblr and it says Trump Vance 2024 bulletproof and a little bit hillbilly. Let me see. I don't know. Somebody said, hey, let me look up. I don't know who. I'm drawing a blank on this Scott person you're talking about. Let's see. Oh, here it is. FBI raids New York home of ex-UN weapons inspector. So it's an FBI raid. Okay. Not surprising at all. Fucking FBI. I mean, the FBI is not on our side. So, Kevin Cron says, for your Cobra chair, Trump, Vance 2024, they will kick the Communist Party butt in November. Alan Tanasi, Jeremy, I finally ordered the Geeks Gamers 199 backpack and Blade from 221B today. Looking forward to getting them. Hail. Yes, hail to you, Alan Tanasi. Gabriel Knight, I got that part 1. James Garrett with the 2, thank you. Chef Nick Nero, look, bro, I had to sit through Tampon Temple for 30 minutes. Do better, Jeremy. 8:30, nah, 8 o'clock. My bad. I apologize. Objectively, Cat says, meanwhile, a dystopian hellhole, the UK. UK is crazy right now. Absolutely insane. Magnum Norris for 10 says, Maga Norris winks at you magnificent bastards. We have an army of poll watchers this time. That's what's up. That's what we like hearing. That's what we like hearing. Lean back, have a snack, take a nap says, Vance is kind of a dud when it comes to giving a speech, but he's got solid troll energy. Trolling Kamala outside Air Force 2, saying he's coming for her plane. Yes, it was fantastic. And he's pretty on point when he's answering questions. It's just when he's giving a speech, but who cares? I mean, you know, he's pretty boring when he gives a speech, but you know, but he's got what it takes in other settings for sure. Warbreyer says, I hear someone got in Vance's ear and told him, Jeremy's not feeling you. You need to unfuck yourself. He finally took the advice. Listen, that's the type of influence we have here at CobraCast 199. Okay, that's the type of influence we have. Fuck you, Dan Bask. Mikey MFJ Leg says, what's up, everybody? Just want to give Hailstorm a huge shout out for being a super cool dude and for how much we appreciate him. We don't appreciate Jay Hailstorm around here. Let's not do that, okay? Let's not get crazy around here. Thank you, Mikey. VJ's Vigilant says, if it was hopeless, Trump wouldn't have won in 2016. I agree. Space, Digger. Geeks and Gamers gets more views than Kamala can get. Cellular Dream says, Dan Vasquez gay. I like that one. Actual June says, Jeremy is a homosexual. Magnum Morris says, Dan is too busy eating rats in Commie Town. Can't afford a proper super chat. It's really bad. I mean, the guy has 1 million subscribers and he can't afford to send me a decent super chat. You know? It's messed up. Hercules says, Dogpack 404 is dropping new video, FYI, right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it later for Geeks and Gamers. I know a lot of people are gonna watch that live. Nerdy Neo says, you hear Salty Nerds got broken into again. The Salty Nerd podcast? Really? That sucks, man. That's I think they're still in Vegas too. Zevin Cross says, yeah, I always wonder why Trump hated Rosie O'Donnell. Thanks for the lore dump. Trump went savage mode. Yes, he did. She started it, he finished it. Alan Tanasi says, Trump said he will send one of his girls to take Rosie's girlfriend. Savage. It's so good. East Coast Toasted Boy. If the global warming is really caused by humans, it's only because Trump's long-ass roast. He's solely responsible just for that savage rant. It was so good. Get Woke, Go Broke says, fuck Kamala Harris. There you go. There we go. Daniel Davis says, when Dan Vass gives you 100 Brazilian reals, it's 1775 US, but it's highlighted like it's 50 for some reason. Is Brazil in a depression or what? I think Dan's just has the system hacked. When you have 1 million subscribers and you can basically just do whatever and get like 1 million views, he has different perks. He's got like YouTube contacts or something like that. Beastie Man says, JD, get off my plane. Anima Chain says, JD's a bad mofo. I'm all in with these two alpha dogs. It was awesome. Speaking of that, let's update a little bit. So there is more on this JD Vance situation right here. So let's talk about this right now. Here we go. All right, so Dave Portnoy tweeted this out. He says, I've looked everywhere to hear the other side of this story, and I have yet to find it. Is this as black and white as it sounds? Governor Tim Walz unit got deployed to Iraq, and he just bounced to run for Congress? Let's listen to this. Then we're going to look at something else.
When the United States Marine Corps, when the United States of America asked me to go to Iraq to serve my country, I did it. I did what they asked me to do it, and I did it honorably, and I'm very proud of that service. When Tim Walz was asked by his country to go to Iraq, you know what he did? He dropped out of the Army and allowed his unit to go without him, a fact that he's been criticized for aggressively by a lot of the people that he served with. I think it's shameful when the United States...
So you've got that, and that got a lot of traction. That's got 4.9 million views right there from Dave Portnoy. Colin Rugg drops this right here. Here's the best explanation right here from Colin Rugg. Alpha News.
He's back again to wage a public war of words against Tim Walz.
He abandoned us. You know, I mean, what the hell kind of leader does that? I mean, he just, as soon as the shots were fired in Iraq, he turned and ran the other way and hung his hat up and quit.
We'll get to Barron's new message for voters in a moment. But this all starts years earlier when Barron says Walz' misleading statements about his military service first led him to come forward in the fall of 2018.
So you try to get this message out, but Minnesota's largest newspaper checks it out, says it's 100% true, but yet refuses to print.
When I hung the phone up, I said, what the hell is this, North Korea?
Back in 2005, a warning order went out to the 1st Battalion, 125th Field Artillery to mobilize for a mission to Iraq. At the time, Walz served as the unit's highest non-commissioned officer, but months later, Walz would retire from the Guard, avoid the deployment, and run for Congress. Tom Behrens was next in line for the position and was asked to take his place.
I was like, well, for Pete's sake, if this guy quit, and if I say I'm not going to do it, I mean, what the hell kind of leadership is that? If a company would say that we're going to deploy to Iraq or somewhere and you're going to be gone for whatever amount of time, and then the foreman just says, no, I'm not going. I mean, what does that say to the 500 people that work in that factory?
Behrens would go on to serve in Iraq on a nearly 2-year deployment as a command sergeant major. All while Walz began using that title as a congressman. Behrens says he first contacted Walz with his concerns, sending these letters to Washington. They all went unanswered.
But then we fast forward to the election in 2018 in Minnesota, and you try at that time to get people's attention with this story and also with what seems to be a very misleading statement that he continued to make about his service.
It kind of just sat there, when he was a congressman, he bragged that he was a command sergeant, retired command sergeant major. I'm the highest ranking person ever in the House, and all this lie that he was telling. The state of Minnesota came out after 2018, after this was exposed, and they said, well, he can say that he served as a command sergeant major, but he can't say he's a retired one because he's not.
And that's what he was saying.
And he was saying that, and there was lots of public, lots of cards coming in the mail, for him to be elected. They said right on there
I just want everybody to understand the Democrats knew this story when they decided to bring him in as vice president nominee. They knew this. They don't care. Because there's a couple of different ways you can look at this. I've heard people say that there's theories like, I think that they could be just mailing it in. Basically, with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, we have no chance. So we're not going to put any talented politicians in place to go up against Trump. We're just going to take our losses, put a couple of clowns up there, and let them lose to Trump and go away and not waste any real talent and rebuild for 2028. That's what some theories are saying. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. Because they would not just sit around and let Trump win. Like, have you not been paying attention to the last 8 years? They will literally do anything to stop Donald Trump. So I don't believe that is what they're doing. I absolutely don't believe that's what they're doing at all. I believe they're just incompetent, and they also are arrogant, and they think that they can get away with what they got away with in 2020. That's what I think. So, that's just one element of it. But let's continue on.
He's a retired command sergeant major, just tooting his own horn, just...
Oh, no. I just saw a comment. Hang on. It's Kamala's world. It's Kamala's world is here to tell us that Walz served 24 years, 6 times longer than J.D. Vance. This guy is just upset, moved up to the highest position in the battalion after Walz left. I got one statement for you.
Shut up, silly woman.
There you go. That's my statement right there. Holy crap, dude. What the fuck?
Hanging on the coattails of people that actually are command sergeant majors that went through all the process and put all the time in.
A spokesperson for the Minnesota National Guard said Walz wasn't able to retire as a command sergeant major since he failed to complete coursework and requirements related to the rank. Verified documents show the Army corrected his service record. Walz was reduced in rank to an E8 Master Sergeant after retirement and his conditional promotion. Alpha News again asked Governor Walz if he's using the Command Sergeant Major rank on his campaign website for political gain this year. A spokesperson said this has been in the news before and pointed us to a past story where Walz said, quote, "Normally this type of partisan political attack only comes from one who's never worn a uniform."
It's stolen valor is really what it is. I don't know of anybody else that's done what he's done. But we called it the truth about Tim Walz.
In 2018, Barron's gave the story the full court press.
We, retired command sergeant majors of the Minnesota National Guard, feel it is our duty and responsibility to bring forth the truth as we know it concerning his service record. I put together information on it and I sent it out to every single radio station and newspaper and TV station I could in the state. The bottom line in all of this is gut-wrenching and sad to explain. When the nation called, he quit.
Twin Cities TV stations and the Star Tribune were silent, even after Barron says the newspaper checked it all out. The Star Tribune endorsed Walz in 2018 for governor.
Good Lord.
I don't know how quick. Between lockdowns, riots, unchecked crime, and a charred police precinct, Barron's felt he had no choice but again to come forward.
Allowing that to be burned down was just like having the Alamo get burned down. It's like, no, you defend that to the last man. You know, if he would have went to Iraq, he'd still be hiding under his desk over there. Because that's just, just the cowardice that I seen portrayed with him.
So how about when he also comes out and he calls you guys 19-year-old cooks?
I'd take any 19-year-old cook before I'd go to war with him. I don't know how he could even utter such a statement. I mean, it's just absolutely sad.
So this election year, it's all built up again to Barron's new grain bin message.
He called Jacob Fry an abject failure. So I was like, that's what he is.
Walz is a traitor, also made a return.
And the last one I put together, he said it himself too, as well, if they don't like my job, they can vote me out. So I wrote, we got to vote him out. We need to vote him out.
Nice. That's crazy, man. So, I mean, that's where we are. So that's the full context. So one more time, now that you've heard the story, this is what J.D. Vance had to say.
When the United States Marine Corps, when the United States of America asked me to go to Iraq to serve my country, I did it. I did what they asked me to do it, and I did it honorably, and I'm very proud of that service. When Tim Walz was asked by his country to go to Iraq, you know what he did? He dropped out of the Army and allowed his unit to go without him, a fact that he's been criticized for aggressively by a lot of the people that he served with. I think it's shameful when the United States Marine Corps, when the United States of America asked me...
So there you go. I mean, it's... What is the plan for the Democrats here? Again, you've got the worst candidate possible in Kamala Harris, and now you've picked some like a radical left-wing lying stolen valor lunatic in Walz. Like, I don't know what their plan is. One thing I can tell you though, give me just a minute, let me find it, because Donald Trump is stirring the pot, okay? Donald Trump is stirring the pot big time right now. And we'll see, okay? We'll see, because Trump, I got to find it. I bookmarked it yesterday, because Trump is basically saying that Joe Biden is, I guess he's going to storm storm the DNC or something like that. Where was it? I can't find it right now. Donald Trump's like, I'm hearing that there is a movement to get Joe Biden back in office. That he's basically he's trying to push this narrative. Trump is that Joe Biden is going to storm the DNC to take back his presidency or take back his nomination. It's the greatest thing ever. That's not to forget that Donald Trump and Elon Musk Monday night are doing an interview. Now, I still don't know the details on that. I don't know if it's going to be live. We don't know if it's going to be on Twitter exclusively. We're not sure exactly, but that is happening in the very near future. And it's going to break the internet when it does actually happen. Whenever that happens, it's going to break the internet. Where is this at? There was this True Social post I should probably just Trump tweets a lot, so right here it is. Here it is right here. Okay. What are the chances that crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the U.S., whose presidency was unconstitutionally stolen from him by what does that say? Kamala, Barack Hussein Obama, crazy Nancy Pelosi, shifty Adam Schiff, crying Chuck Schumer, and others on the lunatic left, crashes the Democratic National Convention and tries to take back the nomination, beginning with challenging me to another debate. He feels that he made a historically tragic mistake by handing over the U.S. presidency, a coup to the people in the world he hates, who most hates, and he wants it back now. Oh my goodness, dude. And there was another one. I gotta find it. I don't know. There was another one where Trump's like, I'm hearing, and but I don't know exactly where it was. But yeah, man, like the whole thing, they're having a real tough time right now, okay? They're having a real tough time. And I personally am loving every single bit of it. Let's see here. Okay, so the whole thing with Walz, the theory that the Democrats want to just throw this election away, while I don't agree with that, I understand where people are coming from. I do understand where people are coming from. But I just, man, it's hard for me to believe that considering how much they hate Donald Trump. They hate Trump so much. Jenna Hughes for a 50 says, hail the 199, still the best community on the webs. And Jeremy, bro, how exhausting all this nastiness has been for you. Mr. Beast intended, Dr. Disgusting, Kamala, how'd you do it? I don't know. And I hear that Dogpack has like his premiere going right now, so I'm gonna have to cover that for Geeks and Gamers later. That's gonna be a wild one. The Mr. Beast story, the Dr. Disrespect story, absolutely crazy right now, man. There's just a lot of crazy stuff going on, and it's hard to keep up with all of it, whether it's politics, video games, pop culture, movies. There's a lot to keep up with right now. But thank you, Jenna Hughes. I appreciate that. JMNZZ450 says, rarely mention I'm a combat veteran who lost a friend in combat. I say it now only to say Walz is a POS, is a worse POS than POGs who never leave the fob but say they are combat veterans. This bitch was never in the country, let alone a fob. And then fuck him. Hey, well, thank you for your service. I appreciate that. Man, it's disgusting, and I hope that Trump and Team Trump push that narrative very, very aggressively. They should, because that is bad. Like, I mean, it's next level bad. And I mean, that's one of the worst things you can do as an American from a perception standpoint. Like when you're talking about running for office and running for, a political office, that's one of the worst things. Stolen valor is one of the worst things you can be accused of. So I hope that the Trump team continues to push forward. I hope that they do and expose these clowns for the pieces of garbage that they are. The Harris team is struggling right now. The Harris team is struggling big time right now. And it's all because Donald Trump went on with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is a massively popular Twitch streamer. And now you've got a story, and I'm trying to pull up a couple of these really quick because the Harris campaign is melting down because Trump streamed with Aiden Ross. It was a huge, huge win for Trump. And it was a huge win for Aiden Ross, and it's opened up a lot of people's eyes that were on the fence about, well, should I support Trump or whatever? And now people are going, holy crap, you can't openly support Trump and not get crushed. And that's what Aiden Ross did. So the Kamala Harris campaign has responded, and they have reached out to one of the most popular streamers on Twitch, Kai Cenat. Popular Twitch streamer Kai Cenat freaks out on stream after getting calls from Kamala Harris campaign and Secret Service about a potential stream collaboration. Watch as Kai Cenat, a major Twitch streamer with over 2 million followers, streams from an undisclosed location in Manhattan in a U-Haul truck with thousands of viewers tuned in. He reveals that he's been receiving calls from Kamala Harris' campaign and the Secret Service about a potential live stream collaboration with Kamala Harris. However, he firmly states that he wants nothing to do with them, expressing his reluctance to get involved in politics. He emphasizes that he has no interest in political matters, even bluntly stating, "I don't give a fuck," noting that Kamala is getting rejected by everyone. Despite the high-profile attention, he makes it clear that he's not interested. Boom! And he's not the only one, okay? You have a member, FaZe Ronaldo, right here, calls out Kamala Harris, telling her to stop calling his team and to do a stream together. Oh, here, hang on. This one right here. Here we go.
I will tell you one thing. Yo, Kamala Harris, stop hitting my team, you and the Secret Service, to do a stream. I am not doing a stream with any politicians, bro. Yo, Secret Service, stop hitting my fucking team.
Look for the sub.
I'm not doing any stream, bro. Stop.
This is fantastic. This is fantastic. This is what we need. We need them getting rejected across the board. Nobody wants to stream with Kamala Harris. The only people that want to stream with her are the Hassan Pikers of the world. You know who's going to stream with her? Hassan and Pokimane. That's who's going to stream with her. That's it. That's it. That's the only ones that's going to stream with her. All right, but we're going to go back. We're going to go back to this tweet right here from the Quartering. And I still think this is a phenomenal idea, and I'll give you a little more details here in just a minute, okay? But the Quartering says, "I'm telling Donald Trump Jr., Trump War Room, anyone with contact to Donald Trump, just take a week, chill at Mar-a-Lago, golf, and fly a steady stream of streamers to do 30-minute interviews. It's a huge force multiplier. Low effort, low cost, massive reach. Do like 50. And as Quartering says, I'm not talking about political streamers. I'm talking about normies like Kai Cenat types, people with huge platforms. He wouldn't gain much from going on Tim Pool. So Trump doesn't have to. All Trump needs to do is put an open invite and say, hey, if you have a big Twitch stream or a big Kick streamer or YouTuber and you're interested, apply here. They don't have to actually go after individual streamers. They can just say, if you're interested, apply here and we'll look it over. That way they're not, going after people and harassing people. Like Kai Cenat, for instance. You don't want to bother him. He's making it clear, I don't want anything to do with politics. I respect that, okay? So that's what the Trump team needs to do. Now, for me, I am really good friends with someone that is very close with Dana White. So I sent the Quartering's tweet to the person I know, and I'm like, if you can, please tell Dana White about this, because it's clear that that Trump listens to Dana White. Trump will listen to whatever Dana White has to say. So hopefully we can get Dana White to talk to Trump about this, because this would be fantastic for Trump, and it would be fantastic for any of these streamers that want to do it. I appreciate you guys mentioning me. I'm literally the worst choice. Like, I have a 98% Trump audience. I'm trying to get Trump people that aren't watching him or don't know about him. So I would be not a good choice. There's far better people that don't have a political audience. That I'm more concerned with Trump winning. That's the only thing I care about. I don't care about my channel blowing up over this. I want Trump to win, because if Trump doesn't win, we're fucked. Trump doesn't win, it doesn't matter how good my channel's doing. It really doesn't. You know what I mean? And that's just the bottom line. So I don't think that I would be a good choice for them. It would be cool for all of us. It would be cool for you guys. It would be cool for me. And I don't want you guys to think that I don't want to give you guys a great opportunity. But the bottom line is I'm big picture, man. And the only thing that matters to me is Trump winning. That's all I care about. So I hope that somebody that can get in Trump's ear can put this idea, in his head, because he needs to do stuff like this. It would be fantastic. And I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Mandy F says, Anchorman entrance to the fight to a T. David Simpson says, For who wanted Tulsi Gabbard for VP, remember she picks her cabinet. Meghan McCain is her bestie. That is a red flag. Yeah, I never wanted Tulsi as the VP pick. East Coast Toasted Boy says Junior is it Mweski is also stolen valor in a sense that he oversold his service. He said he was in combat when he was just loading planes. I heard Trump endorse him. Hope he stops if that's true. Aided Clock says, hey, Jeremy, I have to apologize. I was wrong about the Act Man this morning. He said one thing about Chris Tyson in between his TDS tweets and the 10 Dr. Disrespect comments as haters stay losing Trump 2024. Yeah, I mean, I think the Act Man is a complete phony. I don't pay much attention to him these days. But, yeah, the Act Man is a coward and a phony. 1,000%. And he proved that with the whole Az situation. Goji the King says, I'm in Minnesota. Walz is a Muppet puppet. He does what he is told is socially popular and the garbage in the National Guard. Let's see. The Chosen One for 25. You gave a lot of gifted memberships, bro. Been busy the last few days, and I haven't been able to catch all the shows or catch up. Just making sure you got the package with the card in it. I got a few things that I have to open up yet. So I did get a couple from my P.O. box. So I'm pretty sure I did get yours. Is it a Donald Trump card? Is that the one? Is that the one? Just to confirm. If it is, yes, that's the one, and it's phenomenal. And I'll show that on the next stream. So let's see here. All right, thank you, man, and thank you for all those gifted memberships last time around. Eric K, when the Chosen One comments, let me know what he says. Samuel for 1999 says, wasn't he in the National Guard during the Iraq War? They allowed the deployment of the Guard overseas for the first time. If true, he phoned it in for the years padding stats until the Guard was activated. I mean, the only specifics I know about it is what we got from that Alpha News network. So let's see. Thank you, Samuel. I appreciate it as always. Samuel says, Camelia, Kneepad Harris, and Tim A. Walz. Thank you. Yes, Chosen One. Fuck yeah, dude. I did get it. I don't have it in this room. It's actually in the house. Next stream, I will show it. It's fantastic. Thank you so much. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Yes, the graded Trump card. You are the man. Thank you. That is freaking cool. You guys are too good to me. You guys are too good to me. East Coast Host Boy says, Kamala says as her voice cracks and sounds nervous. Goji the King says, I served 15 years in the Minnesota National Guard. I was sent on 3 real deployments. Walz went on what is called ODT, Overseas Deployment Training. Not a real deployment, just a training trip. I hope everybody, I hope Trump and Vance don't let up on that point right there. I hope they continue to push that point home because holy crap, man, it is, that is brutal. That is brutal. Jeremy is gay says, because they can suck it. Fentanyl Floyd says, Stolen Valor, Tampon Tim drinks horse semen. Dominion Zephon, member message 9 months. Thank you. Troy News says, political polls on X an hour ago. President Trump, 69.6. Harris, 26.6. 56,000 votes so far. Well, there's a lot. It depends on, though, just because those are like specific numbers. So like right now, the overall polls are very close, which I don't believe. I believe Trump is ahead by a lot in all reality, but they're trying to make people believe that this is close because, you know, we all know what they're up to. For the Emperor says, I convinced my brother to register to vote. That's what's up, man. Thank you. Mike Noss says, I fully believe Trump will win come November, but we still can't let our guard down. Also found Mally Mouse's political Instagram page. That girl is savage. Love it. Trump 2024. Mally Mouse is great. We need to get her back on Geeks and Gamers, actually. Tom Patriot says, Big Fig Jeremy, Dan Vasquez is gay. We're totally in an echo chamber. I totally 100% agree with Gaylord Jeremy. Thank you. Radio Chimp becomes a new member. Thank you. Over on Rumble, we've got General Duality. Rosie for 5 says, hail, I was finally able to get Images Cobra Commander Volume 1. I've had a bad week so far, but I will be starting a new position at work next week, and I should be getting a raise. Let's fucking go. Dude, you're going to enjoy the Cobra Commander issue. It's really freaking good. Sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you got things turned around, brother. Jeremy McAndrew says, attention all Trump voters, request a mail-in ballot and vote early. Do not wait until Election Day. Inconveniences happen on Election Day that can force people not to vote. Don't let that happen. MAGA. You know, it's somebody that's doing, thank you for that. Appreciate that. You know, Scott, hell, I ran into him at the RNC. Scott Pressler. He's doing such incredible work with getting people registered to vote and doing a lot of the legwork out there. That guy is crushing it, man. And we need more boots on the ground like that and people doing that. Fantastic Business Nuts says, I just tagged you on Discord that USA election ads showing up in Australian media sites. They didn't run these types of ads during 2016 nor 2020. Interesting. Tom at Patriot says, sorry, I had a Beardo moment. At least I don't skip leg day. No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Asher Walker says, no idea why she went with bargain bin Bernie Sanders and not Mark Kelly, the moderate astronaut from Arizona. Why double down on leftist insanity? That's the question like a lot of people are having right now. This is not a good choice, but like Shapiro would have been a far like more strategic choice. Is the question like, so Walz is from Minnesota. Are they worried about Minnesota or something like that? Which, I mean, they shouldn't be worried about Minnesota. If they are worried about Minnesota, that's a bad thing. If they are worried about Minnesota and that's the reason that they went with him, that's a bad thing. That means that their entire path to victory is in trouble if they're worried about Minnesota. I don't understand the strategy behind it. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Mikey MFJ Lag says, Jeremy, can we roll out my gift to you? An SP, please. Hailstorm sent it over to me, but I haven't had time to check it out yet. So we might be able to do that a little bit later. Keklor says, Bloomberg changed Walz assignment from Italy to Iraq. Bloomberg complicit in all this stuff. Let's see. Nibbles says Walz ran after 24 years to go past pedo bills. Mike says never paid attention to politics for the longest time. I admit I didn't even vote in 2016, but decided to check out Trump for myself and watched his first State of the Union address. Been Team MAGA ever since. And there's so many people out there that are just like you. There's so many people out there that are just like you. And yeah, I mean, what was it? Is Kamala, wasn't she supposed to be live earlier? Let me pull this up really quick and see. Was she live or is she live still? Let's see. Kamala, let's see. Hang on. Okay, she was live on Fox News. Look at these views, okay? Hang on. Oh my God. What a terrible, the energy's just awful here. So live on Fox News, 33,000 or 35,000 views for a 3-hour stream. It's ratioed 264,000 or 264 upvotes to 497 downvotes. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn about her. Fox News has 11 million subscribers and nobody cares. Love Dog says, I love how you pronounce her name wrong. D-Day Cobra, keep doing it. Kamala? I'm always going to call her Kamala. She's Kamala. Heels up Harris, baby. Let's hear how fake it is when she comes out. So she only talks for like 20 minutes?
Good evening,
I can't do it. I can't even do it for the content. I can't even do it for the content. I can't even do it. I can't do it. I can't listen to her. I can't listen to that woman. I can't do it. I don't know how you did it, Montel Williams. I don't know how you did it, Willie Brown. I don't know how you did it, man. That's rough. I don't know how you did it, Willie. Let's see here. So, holy crap. Dogpack has 109,000 people watching him right now for the Mr. Beast thing. There's 109,000 people watching Dogpack right now.
To have some cash and get the plug, man. I did. Since we're doing time-lapse shots, and since they insisted on time-lapse shots, I said, all right, we're going to do time-lapse shots back. I put my YouTube on with the whiteboard they gave me.
So for those that don't know, Dogpack is the former Mr. Beast employee that exposed Mr. Beast and got over 10 million views. Mr. Beast sent him a cease and desist, and now he's got his second video out. His second video is out, and he's got 110,000 people watching him right now. Holy crap.
Proof of employment first, because I get a lot of DMs. And like, as much as I meme and joke around, like, I take anonymity very seriously. So without explicit permission, I don't go public with anything. And obviously, if it goes to court, I would hope they would censor your information from the court documents. I don't know. Oh, and former contestants too. That's another thing I heard after posting my last video is during the 100 boys versus girls video, I have people corroborating the same story.
So I'll cover that for Geeks and Gamers, but I saw a lot of people talking about it. But yeah, dude, he's got 110,000 people watching him right now. That is crazy. So I'll probably do a full reaction to that video and upload that to Geeks and Gamers because I wanna check all that out and see what's going on with that. But that is wild. That is wild, and I will get on that. Desert Viper becomes a new member. Thank you. Appreciate that. I saw the Chosen One with 5 gifted memberships. The Chosen One dropped so many gifted memberships the other night, man. I really appreciate you. 5 gifted memberships. The best chat on the internet, no doubt about it. Andrew CR says, imagine Biden entering the DNC with No Chance song. Dude, listen. I mean, if you guys want me to watch the Dogpack video, I can do that too. But I don't know. I doubt this audience wants me to react to that. It's your call, chat. If enough of you make enough noise, I'll do a poll, and if the poll wins, I'll watch it. But so I'm gonna say this right now. If Biden shows up to the DNC with a steel chair and he hits Kamala, and he's got like a money in the bank situation and he cashes in money in the bank, I'll vote for Biden, bro. I will 1,000% vote Biden. If Biden shows up to the DNC with Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman walks out there and goes, my client, Joe Biden. And Biden comes out there to the Brock Lesnar music. He's got to have Brock Lesnar music. All right. All right. If all this happens and then he cashes in money in the bank, I'll vote for Biden. I will 1,000% vote Biden if he pulls that one off. Guarantee it. All right. I'm voting Biden. All right. Oh, man. I'm clearly joking. I still wouldn't vote for Biden, but damn, it would be fun. It would be so fun, man. Oh, man. Let's see. Let's see here. Andrew CR says, oh, I got that one. Bedlam says, G.I. Joe trivia. Do you know the chain of command for G.I. Joe? CobraCast 199, yo, Joe. Well, you mean like Hawk? So it goes General Hawk and then Duke, Flint. Those are the 3 top ones. So General Hawk and then Duke and then Flint. If that's what you're asking me. Jeffrey says they have a plan to, and I think Beachhead is after Flint, but I'm not positive about that. Jeffrey says they have a plan to stop the election either by war or terrorist attack within our borders. They can't let him win. Let's see. Rye the Guy says, I can tell you exactly what the Democrats' plan is. Pack the Supreme Court, slowly destroy the Constitution, then replace the Republic with democratic socialism. See, but here's the thing. You know, we are like, I don't like to blow things out of proportion. If Trump does not win, do you understand how bad like it's over. It's done. There's no going back at that point. If Trump doesn't win, we're going to be a country led by Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Do you understand that? Has that registered with everybody? So I know that every year we're like, this is the most important election. This is the most important election. Blah, 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 blah. This is not any one exaggeration or blowing things out of proportion. It's over. It's over. Scary. Sweet Potato Knight says, I am here for Dan Vasque. Who are you, ma'am? Can you put Dan on? Dan Vasque is Brazil's Donald Trump. Jeremy is a homosexual. Hail Dan Vasque, CobraCast. Dan Vasque is gay. He says, I am gay. I like this super chat. Aaron James with a gifted D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. East Coast Toasted Boy says, is it Majski? He was a congressman, a Congress candidate. Got you. Jeffrey says, father, uncles, World War II vets, brother, U.S. United States Air Force vet, myself, United States Coast Guard vet. This fig is the lowest POS. I agree. Thank you for your service. Ara Akbar Go Boom says, Jeremy may be homophobic, but at least he's gay. 3 says, I love JD Vance following Kamala all over the place with a gaggle of press, answering questions and sizing up his new plane as she very publicly won't take questions. It's glorious, man. It really, really is. It really is. Kecklord says, this election cycle is sounding a lot like the last one where Biden hid and still won. That's a good point. And that is very much what it's like, unfortunately. And I wonder if that's the plan is for her just to hide the whole time. She's just going to stay hidden the whole time. She's going to duck. She's going to duck the press. She's going to dodge questions. Has she even, like, I know she just had a rally. Did she agree to a debate in that rally? I don't know if there's any update on that. Has she agreed to any debate or anything like that? Do we know? Eric K says she had a mouthful of Willie and Montel, no talking. Buster Nut Smash says, as my dad used to say, she's a worthless as tits on a boar hog. Thanks for all the fish, says Kamala in Detroit so soon after Biden because they know they don't have Michigan. Detroit losing people. All of northern Michigan is Trump. Trump billboards all over the 989. Love the streams, brother. MAGA 2024. Well, thank you for the update. I like hearing that. Michigan and Wisconsin are crucial, and Minnesota are crucial. And really, if Trump wins Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, it's over. It's crazy. Green Sage says, I noticed they were all women behind Kamala. Cackles, typical wine moms. Yes. Brett the Illustrator says, Kamala can't handle hecklers tonight. Eric K says Trump Vance versus Kamala Walz cage match for all of it. Let's go, man. Dude. And Vince McMahon makes his triumphant return. It would be glorious. Okay, so over on Rumble, let me get this right here. My apologies. Let's see. Vault95 says, Dan Vask, I know you're out there watching CobraCast. I took the bro science advice of buying just cause 1, 2, and 3. Trust the BS. Hi, Jeremy. Buy the chair. Thank you. John Goat says, I still think Vivek or Tim Scott would be hilarious to watch Walz debate against, as he would try to call them the typical ist and odes, and he would be even dumber looking. General Duality says, hey, gay man, instead of getting the chair, why not get a super performance Cobra replica? They look badass, and you might be less gay with a replica Cobra and not a gay-ass Mustang. Hey, my Mustang is very, very close to being a full-on Cobra. All I need to do is get the Shelby front end, okay, a couple of tweaks, and it's a full-on Cobra. Because I did, there was a Shelby Cobra when I was buying my Mustang GT. There was a Shelby Cobra that I test drove. The Shelby had 108,000 miles. It was a 2007 Shelby, right? Yes. 2007, I believe. So I had a 2007 Shelby that I test drove. It looked pretty good, but driving it, let's just say that Shelby had been ridden even harder than Kamala Harris, okay? That Shelby had been ridden harder than Kamala Harris. It just was. You could tell Montel and Willie Brown and a few others had been in that Shelby Cobra, okay? So it had so I found a 2013 GT that had already had some modifications done to it. And the 2013 GT only had like 40, I think it was 38 or 42,000 miles on it. To this day, right now, my 2013 GT only has 49,000 miles on it. So it's loud, it runs really good, and I promise you, my GT would have smoked that 2007 Shelby. It would have smoked it. But I don't care about the speed as much as just the overall, like, my car's fast. I don't race anymore. I used to race. I don't anymore. I'm too old for that shit. But I love my car. I love my car. It's loud as hell too. But yeah, Montel and Willie Brown they clearly had it. They clearly got a hold to that Shelby that I test drove. That's the standard now. Daramuth says, hey, Jeremy, tagged you on X under Varamuth on a post talking about the Georgia voting machines. Worth a look. Noted. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Vault95 says, why the fuck is Walz putting out military pictures of himself in black and white? They are from 2005, not the Korean War. Pure manipulation. Absolutely. Let's see. Cajunator says, we active duty Army refer to the National Guard as no-goes. Sounds fitting for Walz. B. Barrett says, Kamala seems like the type that would stream with Amaranth. Mark of Reality says, we got World War III starting and we put Dumb and Dumber in. The Ruskies will take advantage of the situation. Our chances of getting nuked go up significantly. Scary times indeed, man. It's scary times indeed. Nullface says, I would love to hear the radio chatter when JDV pulled that stunt. I know, that would have been good. Black Kane says, Jeremy is the apex homosexual and beardo. Fact. Dan Vasquez Gay says, so it's Kamala's Walz. Ha ha ha. Thanks for the fishes. Minnesota tough. Agree Walz is an odd choice. It's a case of studying on important immigrants, Somalia there, to win, but pop replacement is a conspiracy. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota's going to be... I expected Minnesota to go blue. What I'm saying is, if their strategy to bring Walz in is because they felt that they were losing Minnesota, that is a huge problem. Huge problem for the administration. It's a huge problem for the Democrats, if that's the theory behind what they were doing. I'm not saying that it was, but I don't really understand what their theory is behind all of this. I don't know what the theory is because Walz makes absolutely no sense. There's no scenario where this just... I don't understand it. I don't understand any of it and why it's... I don't know. The theory that they're throwing it away is just hard for me to buy, dude. You don't spend 8 years hating Trump and thinking he's the worst human being on the planet only to just give up. I just don't see that one. I don't think that's realistic. And I also think that type of mindset is also not good for Trump and Trump supporters to have. You should never have the mindset that the Democrats have just decided they're going to just throw it all away. Should not have that mindset, because that creates overconfidence, that creates complacency, and we cannot have that. We cannot have that. L Bucks 450 says they called Trump and JDV weird. Have they not seen the weird fucks on their side? Don't know if they're male or female. Yeah, we are weird ones. It's been a long while since I've sent a super. Life's been busy. Snake Pit and Geeks and Gamers for life. That is awesome, man. Thank you so much, L-Box. Good to see you here, brother. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, I mean, it's projection. It always is projection. That's just always been the case, projection. So Craig says, Jeremy, I wish I could donate some money, brother. Unfortunately, as a UK citizen living in poverty, I'll send you some love. The Beavis and Butthead voice over stream made me piss my pants. Hey, bro, I've said this 1,000 times. Nobody has to send me a dime. I am not owed anything by anyone. I have to earn it. And there's going to be a bunch of people that will never be able to afford to send me anything. Or maybe you just think I don't deserve it. Either way is fine. I appreciate all the support I get in whatever capacity I can get it. Swig of water for all the working men out there. But I am humbled by the amount of support that I get, and I don't understand it, but I will always appreciate it. So thank you. But as long as we're out there and we got people and you enjoy the show, that's all that really matters to me. That's all that matters to me. I do like super chats, but you know, I don't like Dan Vask. Let's see. Dan Vasquez says Walz had a stomach pumped out for horse semen. True. I have not looked into that story. I'm not sure I want to. Archer Blade says Taylor Kitsch or Channing Tatum. Better Gambit. Taylor Kitsch all day long. Keep Channing Tatum the fuck away from any legacy characters like that. Keep him away. All right. Archer Blades, I mean, thank you. So Coop says, did you watch Raskin threaten civil war? Oh, I did. And on top of that, we've got Joe Biden saying this nonsense. Let me pull this up really quick, because this is another story I wanted to cover. Channing Tatum's garbage. I laughed enough at his appearance in Deadpool Wolverine, but yeah, it's because it's not to be taken seriously. So I didn't take it seriously, and it was funny from that perspective. Let's listen to Joe Biden.
Are you confident that there will be a peaceful transfer of power in January 2025?
If Trump wins, no, I'm not confident at all.
What? What? One more time and we'll listen to the rest of it.
Are you confident that there will be a peaceful transfer of power in January 2025?
If Trump wins, no, I'm not confident at all. I mean, if Trump loses, I'm not confident at all. He means what he says. We don't take him seriously. He means it. All the stuff about if we lose, there'll be a bloodbath. Have to be a stolen election. Look what they're trying to do now.
He never fucking said that. God.
Now, in the local election districts where people count the votes, they're elected, they're putting people in place in states that they're going to count the votes, right? You can't love your country only when you win.
He called himself. He's like, wait, hang on. Did I just expose the lie? Did I expose that we're not going to turn power over to Trump?
Are you confident that there will be a peaceful transfer of power in January 2025?
If Trump wins, no, I'm not confident at all.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. It's mind-blowing how This man is just completely out of it. Completely out of it. I saw this clip, and I don't know the context of this one, but I want to show her why right here.
And just so you know, when I was in Congress, I was the top gun at the trap shoot 3 years in a row. I can outshoot them, too. I can outshoot these guys. And just
I don't know the context there. Pretty interesting, though. Pretty interesting comments there. I mean, you guys clip Trump out of context all the time. What's the context there?
Just so you know, when I was in Congress, I was the top gun at the trap shoot 3 years in a row. I can outshoot them, too. I can outshoot these guys.
Interesting. Interesting. Just saying. Just saying. By the way, and this is where I saw, like, this is your most popular candidate right here. 457 people watching this Philadelphia campaign event from Harris and Walz. 457 people. If you remember, this is why they got rid of the dislike button. This is why. Because they were getting ratioed on the White House YouTube channel and they couldn't control the narrative. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. But of course, you know, most popular candidate of all time, most popular candidate in history, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Black Kane says, so it's the MAGA king and the jarhead versus the hyena and the slick sleeve nasty girl. Nibbles says, sing Kama. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna try that one. She flip-flops, she goes, she cackles, oh no, oh why, million for Trump. There we go. Teresa Young says, Walz is a communist and Harris is a socialist. The perfect pair, Trump is freedom. Zioni says, she is leading in the polls. I am worried, to be honest. Don't be worried because she's realistically leading, because she's not. Be worried because they're trying to do what they did in 2020. Let's see. Torwin says, did you see the crazy whistleblower story about Tulsi being a Fed aviation watch list and followed by explosive detection K9 teams and air marshals? I heard something about that. I'll be honest. I just don't like Tulsi Gabbard. I don't like her. I don't care about her. She feels very manipulative. So I don't trust Tulsi Gabbard. I know a lot of people think like, oh, well, she's hot. So I'm like, well, there's a lot of crazy hot chicks out there. I wouldn't trust them with policy. Okay. So I just don't trust her. Trust anything she says. Uber driver of the apocalypse says they went with Walz because they actually believe in their BS. Tampon Tim for the loss. Fig Ash Jeremy for the win. Trump 2024. Siege says he bought the banana in the shape. He bought the banana for the shape, not the taste. Laughing my ass off. That's true. L-Box says, under Biden economics, after that super, I'll be eating noodles for a while. Don't ever send your food money to me. Don't ever do that. Desert Viper says, next live stream, rock a MAGA hat and a pair of Pit Vipers shades with those fresh Adidas Crocs. I mean, would you guys like to see what I'm rocking right now? Would you guys like to see what I'm rocking right now? I mean, we're closing in. We're closing in on the threshold for super chats. So we are $82 away from 1,000, and I'll show you what I'm rocking. Okay, I'll show you what I'm rocking. When we hit the threshold, I'll show you what I'm rocking. All right. Spoiler alert: there's only going to be a small group of people that like it, and there's going to be a lot of people that hate it. Okay. So there could be a lot of people that hate it. Desert Vibe, I got that one. Thanks for all the fish. Says, make it plausible enough to steal. If their numbers show it's too far gone, ramp up the conflict. Deep state lunatic left playbook. All or nothing for real. 1,000%. I have memes with 5 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Eric K says, has Walz been on a water tower? Yeah, I heard that. Nullface says, Walz is getting credit for the weird meme, but it was Trump that called Kamala weird first in that Tucker interview when he said she talks in rhymes. That is true. That is true. 1,000%. Vask isn't here. Thank God Vask isn't here. We don't want him here. Nobody wants Dan Vask here. All right? Not one single person in this chat wants Dan Vask here. Is the dog pack stream still going? 125,000 people are watching the dog pack stream. 125,000. All right? Holy crap. That's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people. John Underwood for 50. Kamala's VP is stolen valor and refused to go to Iraq. Yes, we've been talking about that. I covered that whole thing a little bit earlier, John. You might have just got here as a forklift driving working man right there, by the way. Yes, stolen valor, a horrible person. JD Vance took him to task, and he's getting exposed big time right now on the internet, which I'm very happy about. Very happy about. And yeah, but if you go back a little bit earlier, we did break that down. Thank you, John. Thank you, John, for the... John's been massive support lately, man. It's absolutely crazy. 3 says, remember when Joe Biden said last time around, we've assembled the best voter fraud apparatus in history. Take a page from the leftist favorite manifesto and overwhelm the system. Vote, vote, vote. 1,000%. 1,000%. 8 o'clock says Trump stands against his own assassin versus coward Kamala. You're damn right. You're damn right. We need, all right, $12, and I'm showing off what I'm rocking. I'm telling you, you guys are going to roast the living fuck out of me when you see what I'm wearing, all right? You guys are going to roast me so bad. And I already know it, okay? It's going to be bad. All right? Coco Noel says, show us. Hail the 199. $7 away. You may think you know, but you don't know. You may think you know, but you don't know. All right? Verdo says, everyone quiet. Jay's about to cook the chosen one for $10. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? We are now at the threshold. Are you guys ready? Us roasting you ain't nothing new, to be fair. That's true. John Underwood for 50. When I was in the military, we were gonna call that guy a Bravo Foxtrot. John, thank you for your service, sir. I appreciate that. 8 o'clock says, show us your feet. Well, you're not seeing my feet. I'm just gonna show you what I'm wearing. All right. You guys ready for this? This is what I've been rocking, all right? Oh, man. There's a few people that are going to respect it, okay? There's a few people that are going to respect it. But there's not going to be many. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah! Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide. That's right. That's right. Roll Tide, baby. Let's freaking go. All right? Roll fucking Tide. Look at this chat. Look at this chat. Roll Tide, baby. All right? Unsub. I'm dead. Gay. Go Ducks. I can receive. Oh, hang on. Who said that? Somebody respects me. Somebody respects me. Hang on. The chat's moving so fucking fast. What the hell are those? Somebody said they respect it. All right? I don't know where it went. Chat's moving too fast. Chat's moving too fast. Listen, man. Okay, so I live in Pensacola, Florida. Pensacola is basically lower Alabama. Okay? Pensacola is essentially lower Alabama. Florida has 3 different sections of the state. You have the Panhandle area, which is essentially lower Alabama. The Redneck Riviera, that's where I live. I know, shocking. And then you get more into like Central Florida, you know, Orlando, Tampa, Daytona. That's kind of a different world. Then you have South Florida, which is like Miami, Fort Lauderdale. That's a whole, like, it's three different sections of this state. It's almost like how California has, you know, different sections. So where I'm at, it's Lower Alabama. That's where it's at. I live in Lower Alabama. So a lot of people are unsubbing now. Joe Pike says you need help. Listen, when you're in Florida, Crocs are a part of life. There's no reason to do anything other than wearing shorts and Crocs. That's what we do, okay? I don't know any other life. Like I grew up in Alabama. I was in Alabama until I was 15. I moved to Florida when I was 16 years old, and that's it. Like this is the only life I know. It's beach life. It's like you wear shorts and you wear flip-flops. And then, of course, Crocs became a thing. So you wear shorts and you wear Crocs everywhere. That's what you do. That's Florida life, man. Half the subs just bailed. This may be like I might lose more subs than Mr. Beast. That's how bad it is, okay? Like Mr. Beast subs, they don't care. They have no standards for him. My subs have standards. And they're like, we are not going to support you if you wear Crocs. Thank you, Coco Noel, for that. Let's see here. I got that one. Joe C. Pure Blood says no problem with Walz not wanting to go into combat. That's his choice. He made it. But don't claim that you did when you did not. He's a fraud. 1,000%. 1,000%. 8 o'clock says show us your feet. Jeremy is gay. It's official. You're gay for wearing Crocs. Grey Ghost is kind of gay, but they look good, so I respect it. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. That's the super chat right there. Kind of gay, but they look good, so I respect it. Boom. That's what's up. That's what's up. Kind of gay, but they look good, so I respect it. Let's see. Eric says, I can speak for the mods when we say we are not affiliated with this show in any way. Alabama Crocs. Do I get any respect for all these people told me I was a Bama fan, bandwagon fan? I'm a lifelong Alabama fan. I was born into being an Alabama fan. When I was old enough to understand football, my dad in the living room of my granddad's house, he's like, son, you've got a choice. You're either an Alabama fan or you can get the hell out. Well, I was like, well, roll Tide, I guess. Roll Tide? Like, what if I guess I'm not saying anything about Auburn. So yeah, I guess I'm just a Bama fan. And that's the way it's been. So of course, Nick Saban becomes the greatest coach in the history of, college football. And of course, everybody's like, Jeremy's a bandwagon fan. I've been an Alabama fan my whole life. And now Nick Saban is gone. It sucks. And I'm still rocking the Alabama gear because roll Tide, baby. Okay? Roll Tide. John Underwood for 50 for Krista Nova. Hail Krista Nova. Hail Krista Nova. Krista's great. She's the best. Andrew Sierra says, I would respect it if it was some G.I. Joe shoes, but no, you had to show some cheap-ass Croc mofos unsubbed and charged back. LOL. Horny Out says, from another veteran, Bravo Foxtrot stands for buddy fucker, so make sure to call Beardo a Bravo Foxtrot. Slap the Boss Man says, roll Tide, more like retard. That was pretty good. I respect that. That was pretty good. 8 o'clock says, those say I'm married to my sister and I should be wearing a helmet. Desert Viper says, your high school ever gonna play against me? Hayden AI, what's up? Grego says, at least you didn't pull a Jack Murphy and put your heels in the same frame as your face. I'm smart enough to not do stuff like that. Cellular Dream says, Jeremy is the guy that walks into Culver's at night with sunglasses and wearing a wife beater and Crocs with socks. I don't wear sunglasses at night, but I do wear sunglasses a lot. I'm shocked I don't wear sunglasses like on stream like a lot of streamers though. Like, there we go. I like putting the hood up when I'm doing the shades. So there we go. See, I even shaved. Not So Average Jeff says, speaking of Bama, remember when Bama missed a game-winning Why are you bringing the kick six up? What did I do? Like, I know there's only like 5% of my audience is going to understand what the kick six is. The kick six is the single worst sports moment in my life. You didn't have to bring the kick six up. You didn't have to do that shit, okay? Speaking of Bama, remember when Bama missed a game-winning 57-yard field goal against Auburn, and then Auburn returned it for 109 yards for the game-winning TD? Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate you bringing that memory back up. Thank you so much, Not So Average Jeff. And it's a fucking member message. It's not even a fucking super chat. It's a fucking member message. I'm glad I'm wearing glasses now to hide the tears. To hide the pain. Thanks for all the fishes. Respect the Crocs, still gay, but rules. Thank you. Doug B, Crocs and socks in the house all day long. Let's go. Listen, man, I'm not backing off this thing. Crocs are awesome. They're comfortable, and I don't give a fuck what people think about me, okay? I am old, and I'm from Alabama, and I live in northern Florida. Clearly, I don't care about what people think about me, okay? I just want to be comfortable. That's all I care about. Like, everybody in life, at some point in your life, you get to that point where you're like, I just want to be comfortable and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me. You know? Like, we all get to that point. You just get old enough, you're like, I don't care. I just want to be comfortable. LaQuacia says, I can handle the Crocs. It's the Bammer that's the problem. Go Big Orange. Thank you, LaQuacious. Lisa says, Jeremy wears socks with Crocs. I don't really, though. Socks with, like, I don't really like to do the socks thing. I'm not saying I'm against it completely, but 95% of the time, I'm not wearing socks. Let's see here. Escapo says, BF also stands for Beardo Fat. Ricky Ray says, look at those Rumble rants. I got all the Rumble rants, didn't I? Was there more? Did I miss some? Holy shit, you got a few more. Broke Cracker says, I traded my first car in for a 2007 GT that's 500 horsepower back in 2009. Never seen myself buying a Mustang. Always a Corvette fan. Let's Rumble for life. I've never owned or driven a Corvette. I've owned 2 Mustangs. I think 2. I've owned 2 Mustangs. This is my second. I've owned 3 Camaros and a Trans Am. I had a 79 Trans Am. Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. My favorite was I had a 97. Was it 97? Yeah, 97 Z28 6-speed, and it was phenomenal. But mine was my Camaro was the LT1. It was the last year of the LT1 engine. And the funny story, I've talked about this before. So my Camaro, I had a black Camaro. It was, beautiful 6-speed LT1 engine, and it was a Z28. So a Z28 is the equivalent of a Mustang GT. Then you have the Camaro SS, which is essentially the Shelby Cobra for, Mustangs. So there's this guy at a red light in a 6-cylinder Corvette or Camaro, and car guys know. And I don't want to disrespect anybody here in the chat. You don't buy a 6-cylinder Mustang or a 6-cylinder Camaro. You just don't do it. It's just, you should just get a Honda Accord at that point. There's just no point. There's no point in owning a 6-cylinder Mustang or a 6-cylinder Camaro. There's just no point. Just buy a fucking Kia at that point, okay? So anyway, this guy, I pull up, and this guy had his girlfriend in the car. It was me, and I pull up in my, Z28, and I know she's looking over at the car. I know I'm going to smoke this guy off the line. I know what's about to happen, and I'm feeling pretty good. And, of course, I smoked him. And we get to the next red light, and I'm feeling good. Confidence is an all-time high. His chick's checking me out. I look in my rearview mirror, and there was a Camaro Super Sport behind me. Now, the Camaro Super Sport, it was a 98 or 99, and those had the LS1 engines. Probably like 50 or 60 more horsepower than mine. And I just knew immediately, like, it was like the circle of life. It was like there's always a bigger fish. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I'm about to get smoked. I'm about to get smoked. I was feeling good, had confidence all high, and then I look in my rearview mirror, and there's an SS behind me. I'm like, son of a bitch. Here we go. Anyway, Space Comma Digger says, Jeremy kissing another man would be less gay. Keglord says, with those glasses, no, now we can see your trans prawn. I know what you're trying to say. Terry in the Black says, remember when the Horns went to a certain Alabama town on prime time and made your year stressful? Yes. Yes, I do. There's been a lot of painful memories, as a matter of fact. Hey, John, for another 50. Says, on my way to work, heading out, hail the 199. I am really excited to show you guys some of the new merch ideas that we have in the works. That's going to be, I've got to check in, but you're going to be hearing about it in the next couple of weeks for sure, okay? So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Amenti, what's up, Amenti, for 50? How you been? It's been a long time, Amenti. Been a while since I dropped a big super. Never stop being authentic, Jeremy. I've been enjoying my C8 Stingray for the past year and bumped it to over 500 horsepower with bolt-ons. I miss my Camaro SS convertible, though. Hell yeah. What year was your Camaro SS? I'm curious about that. Thank you, Amenti. Good to see you. Never, ever stop having a badass car if possible. That sounds awesome. Let's see. Little Orphan Funkhauser says, I can't hate on Saban even as a Dolphins fan. GOAT. Absolute GOAT. Absolute GOAT. I'm pretty happy Tua got an extension with the Dolphins. That's my guy. That's my boy in the NFL, Tua Tagovailoa. So I'll be pulling for the Dolphins as long as he's there. Trey Gordon says, Jeremy, you were indoctrinated into that Bama cult. Be free and be an Auburn fan. War Eagle, you fig. Absolutely not. Thanks for all the fish. Michigan expect Ford rules. Or MI expect Ford rules. GM sucks. Don't listen to him. Terry the Black says, want to get depressed? Try looking at the aftermarket parts. I have a paid off 2018 Mustang GT and want to boost it. Cook's headers are $3K. Yeah, it's the aftermarket's rough right now for sure. It's all bad. Man, Tua's not worth that bag though. I believe in my boy Tua. Okay, I believe in my boy Tua. Ash Ram says the Democrats' Rhino Deep State cabal's hatred for Trump and his supporters are only eclipsed by their vicarious appetite for power. General Duali says, Superformance makes replicas of the Shelby Cobra's original car, not the Mustang Cobras. I watched the vid of the limited edition replica they made, the 721 Godzilla engine. It was a beautiful car. I'll have to look into that. B. Barrett says, was it your dad or your grandfather that made you become an Alabama fan, or are they the same person? Roll Tide, baby, roll Tide. That's a true story, though. Like, yeah, my dad was like, you're either an Alabama fan or you're getting the hell out of this house. And I'm like 9. What the hell are we doing around here? We take football seriously in this house, son. I guess so. Roll Tide, I guess. Let's see. Ricky Ray says, I also had a 636 Kawasaki True Speed, more rumble. I don't know. Is this my alt account? Jeremy looks like Charlie Hunnam. Jax Teller, baby. Jax Teller right here. I'll take that, all right? Listen, everybody says I look like Jax Teller. I'll take it. I'll take it. Jax Teller in the house. There we go. All right, so this has been a fun stream. This has been a fun stream, you guys. I do want to check out what Dog Pack has done. Jax Teller's from Sons of Anarchy. If anyone doesn't know, Sons of Anarchy is one of my favorite series of all time. I highly recommend Sons of Anarchy if you have not seen it. Well, I will say this. Somebody said the gay version of Charlie Hunnam. The gay version of Charlie Hunnam is actually Charlie Hunnam, to be fair. It's so weird. Jax Teller, the character he plays on Sons of Anarchy, Charlie Hunnam is like this soft-spoken, really nice guy with like this British accent. It's so weird to hear him as Charlie Hunnam when all you know him as Jax Teller. Because as Jax Teller, he's literally like the definitive badass. And then when he's talking to Charlie Hunnam, you're like, wait, what? He does seem like a super nice guy. He does actually seem like a nice guy. But it was so jarring to hear him talk as Charlie Hunnam after watching Sons of Anarchy. I'm like, this guy is a badass. This guy is going to be a huge star. And yeah, it's but it's a great series. How is Sons of Anarchy compared to Breaking Bad? Okay, that's a really good question. I think I'm pretty good at being objective on things. I would say I prefer Sons of Anarchy to Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad is a better series because it's more consistent. And I think Walter White's character development is better than anything in Sons of Anarchy. But I prefer Sons of Anarchy because I just the overall element of the club and everything like that. But I would say Breaking Bad's the better series and it's more consistent. Sons of Anarchy drops off a little bit in season 3 and it picks it back up. But season 3 is definitely a step back for me on Sons of Anarchy, where Breaking Bad, there is no bad seasons in Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's a little slow the first season, maybe, to get into it, but it just gets better and better and better and better all the way through, and it ends on a strong, strong note. So I would say they're both very close. I personally prefer SOA, but Breaking Bad's the better series. Let's see. Black Tiger says, Trump on F&T. You think they hate Gary now? I heard that. Jeremy's Eyebrow says, these nuts. Thank you, guys. You guys have been great and supportive tonight. I really appreciate it. So Geeks and Gamers, I'm going to work on the video for this dog pack reaction. I'm going to react to this whole video. I know a lot of people are talking about that right now. Again, Nick Merckx with the shout out. I think Nick Merckx' shout out might push us to 394,000 subscribers on Geeks and Gamers. We are now 250 subscribers away from 394,000 on Geeks and Gamers, and we definitely have gotten several hundred subscribers from the Nick Merckx shout out, and that video is going to continue to do well. So I'm really happy about that. So thank you again to Nick Merckx for the shout out, and that's really cool, man, and that's going to help out a lot. So the road to 400,000 for that channel, we're closing in on it. We're also closing in on this channel. We are closing in on 142,000 on this channel. So we need 101 subscribers on this channel to break 142,000. So we're getting there. So G&G slowly but surely growing. Can't wait. Let's see. 3 says, once in a while, I still take my 93 red V10 manual Viper out for a stretch. Holy shit. I'm a peep squeak, so it's hard to gear, but a country drive, it's magic. That is fantastic. Holy shit. That is awesome. Retardo Ye says, Geeks and Gamers are the only streamers I know that don't ban people. Yeah, I mean, we try not to. I mean, every now and then we're gonna get spammers in here. You get people that try to take full advantage of it, but I think we pride ourselves on letting people say generally whatever the hell they want in our streams. You can criticize me. You can criticize people. You can't dox. You can't threaten. You can't go against YouTube TOS bullshit. But if you're just here to talk shit, man, have at it. Spammers are the kind of the definitive rule we have. But outside of that, say what you want within reason and nothing we can do about it. The bottom line is when you are in a position like me or Geeks and Gamers, where we've built our following off of criticizing other people, companies, celebrities, all of that, you're going to have to expect that it's going to come back in your direction as well. So we fully are, capable of dealing with that. I like it when it's more directed at me and not just people on my team. Just because you might hate me, you're going to go target people on my team. But hey, that's part of it too. They got to deal with it. But just focus on me. If you hate G&G, just focus on me. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Amazing support as always. Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow. CobraCast, I'm not sure what we're doing for Friday because I will be traveling, but in some type of way, we will be live. Maybe Drunk 3PO host. I'm not sure. But thank you guys so much. And be on the lookout for the Geeks and Gamers video a little bit later tonight after I've had a chance to break that video down. I'll have that uploaded tonight at some point, more than likely. Have a good night, and we will talk to all of you. Oh, you know what? Hailstorm told me a way I can do this. So we're going to try to do Sabaton. I'm going to try to end on YouTube because the copyright stuff. YouTube always hits us with copyright bullshit. Okay. So I'm going to do to ending, but then I'm going to end on YouTube and then Kick, Rumble, and Twitter. We're going to do the outro if we can. Okay. So we're going to try to do that for all of you peeps on Rumble and Kick and Twitter. So we're going to go to the ending screen on YouTube. Give me just a minute, and then we will fire it right back up, okay? So here we go. Love you all. Have a great evening, and I'll see you all in a few seconds for the Sabaton outro. Bye, everyone. I don't know why that's not working. Hang on. Oh, okay. Bye.